Hello there everybody. Today I'm going to teach you how to start a Jetstream 4100. I'm not going to go into detail on all the systems and everything because we'll be here for hours if I do. So let's just go ahead and do the basics. Let's go ahead and get it started and just basics. Alright, so we check our batteries and we have 25.4 volts on left and right batteries, which is good. We want to make sure we have over 24. So let's turn the batteries. That's the generator. We turn the batteries on, and we turn the GPU on. We also have a battery disconnect light on now that we have the battery or the GPU on, and that's to prevent an overcharge. Alright, so now we've got the GPU and battery switches on. We'll begin with our flows. So LP valves are open, left pump on, right pump on, start masters on air, fuel enriches off, manual selectors on normal, oil cooler flaps on auto, ignition is on normal, prop synchronization is off, IEC and TTL computers are on, and we move down here to the inverter. Left inverter is on, right inverter is on. All our buses should be on normal, so that means the rocker in the mid position, and batteries on, generators off, GPUs on, generators off, batteries on. We have the indications that we expect. Left avionic masters on, right avionic masters on. Also keep this here on generator so we can monitor the voltage.
System test, okay.
And our lights, we want our emergency lights armed, our beacon on, nav light on, and fasten seatbelt sign on, no smoking sign on. You can turn the nav light on once entering the runway, also same with your landing light, and you turn your taxi light on for taxiing. Let's move down to the ice protection. Auto cycle is off, engine and elevator anti-ice is off, propeller anti-ice is off, air data is on, windshield heat is on. You always want to have the windshields warm and never cold. And we've got the overhead panel done with. We'll move on. Spoilers off. Autopilot trim power is on. Standby power is on normal. APR is off, or power reserve is off. Roll and pitch disconnect, so roll and pitch disconnect are in. They look like this if they were out. Pressurization is on automatic. And we'll check our hydraulics. The hydraulic reservoir is full, and we have no system pressure because the engines are not running. The engines are our hydraulic pumps. We have the valves open. Our brakes have sufficient emergency supply. You can see it dwindling as we play with the brakes. And anti-skid is turned off. Alright, air temperature, all of this should be the mid, switches should be, or correction, knobs should be in the mid position. Auto, and this should be also in the mid position. And this is basically for manual pressurization. We want to make sure that our flows are off. Flows are the air conditioning or air from the engine, bleed air from the engine, and it can be used for air conditioning, pressurization, any of our systems that need air. So those will be off for engine start. And we'll move down here. We want to make sure that the throttle can move through full range, so we'll move it to full. We've got a takeoff configuration warning horn, and we have also got the config warning on our cap. We'll move it back down and return it to the start range. Condition levers from taxi to flight, back to taxi, and taxi to flight, back to taxi. And while we're here, we will unfeather the right prop and the left prop. I usually do mine 2 times as it takes 2 pumps of the hydraulic pump to, or the hydraulic pump for that propeller system to fully unfeather the prop. So we've got the props unfeathered right now, and we will do a system test. And we have the Copilot's test panel here, and basically we're just going to test every system. Fire test. We have the audible warning. We also have a fire light on our cap, and we also have a red light on the condition lever for the left engine. Alright, so we can turn that off. And the right engine fire test, we have the warning, we have the light, and we have the condition lever light. Okay, so we can turn that off now. And we'll test the smoke. And basically this one just tests the lavatory smoke system. We've got a toilet smoke indication there, and it does not give a warning. It doesn't give an audible warning. So we'll turn that off. Left stall, and what the stall test does is it tests the shakers, which are located right here, which shakes the stick before the aircraft actually enters the stall. So left and right. Oh. Alright, now we're going to test that the gear are all responding. We have the nose gear left and right are indicating down. Standby power, we have over 0 voltage in the emergency battery, so we get no other indication but test. And then finally the Gpws test.
Minimums. Glide slope. Bank angle. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps. Don't sink. Sink rate. Terrain. Pull up.
Alright, so that was the Gpws test, and we're done with the test. So let's move over to the captain's seat again and begin the engine start. So we're going to make sure that the fuel pumps are on, LP valves are open, start master is going to go on right, and we'll hit start. Alright, now we're going to have an indication here of negative 580 amps on the right generator since the starter is engaged. We have EGT coming rising right now. It should stop at this mark right here. Anything above that will abort the start. Alright, and when I disconnect the starter right now, it should be around here. And we'll have the torque come back on, or the torque come on, and then right engine stable. There we go, right engine stable. Now we can start the left. Right generator's on, we receive a 380 amp readout, and we'll start the left. Left ground to start. Left starter's on, and we'll monitor the start again. EGT is rising. Remember, EGT should stop here at this little mark right here. Stop before that. It's a cool day outside, and temperature does affect the engine temperatures. So the outside temperature affects core temperatures. Alright, we got the starter cut out here. And there's fuel flow, torque, and RPM should be rising. There it goes. Alright, so both the engines are started, but we are not in the fully start phase yet. We need to turn the flows on, and the AOM calls for no more than 3 on each flow. And we need to disconnect we need to bring the engine out of beta. Now to do that, we need to bring the throttles up slowly, and this is to prevent a engine fire as the propellers switch from beta to normal range. And there we go. They've just switched, and now the engines are ready to go. Now with it having been started in the ground start range, we do not have to worry about removing start locks as they do that automatically. So now we need to turn on our avionics. Our avionics are on, so we need to turn the generators on, the batteries off, the ground power off, and now we can go ahead and turn on the FMS. I believe everything else is good. Anti-skid is on, and there you have it. Everything is ready to go. The only indication that we have right now is beta, as the engines do idle and indicate that left and right engines are ready for beta. So we're good to go. All you need to do is set your FMS, and you'll be good to go. You'll be ready for your flight. So that's how you start the Jetstream 4100. That's how I start the Jetstream 4100. So I hope this helped you, and I hope this gave you a little bit of knowledge about this aircraft. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.